about my love. Wasn't it enough? Just let me know.
LaShawn McCoy and Joy Taylor were discussing what team is the best division. Excuse me, what team is the best in the AFC East division and the AFC North division. Now, during the conversation, Joy Taylor just came out and flat out said Kenny Pickett is the worst quarterback in the AFC North. Now, let me ask you the question because we got to think about that. Again, a lot of people hear that comment and they might get upset. But let's take a look at the landscape of the NFC North. You have quarterbacks with the likes of Lamar Jackson,
AFC North,
Deshaun Watson, and Joe Burrow.
Just shut up, Manny.
Let me ask you all.
No.
Will Kenny Pickett always be considered the worst quarterback in the NFC North? Sora.
AFC North.
Let's be AFC.
Well, according to the one video that Dante's dad sent, shout out to you, by the way. Hope everything's going all right. Kenny Pickett's going to be on a different team. And what year was it again? Like 2030? Or no, Josh Allen will be the starting quarterback for the Steelers in like 2026. So, maybe Kenny Pickett won't be. But in actuality, yeah, he probably, as of now, is the worst quarterback. Because again, you got to look at the talent, the other quarterbacks in the division. Joe Burrow, number 2. No question about that. Deshaun Watson, a top 10 quarterback. Lamar Jackson, top 10 to top 15 quarterback right now. So, I mean, and that's not even because I see Fishing, he's getting on a soapbox ready to preach, much like Eminem did in that one song. But, it's not Kenny Pickett slander. It's just the simple of he went to a very good coach, one of the best coaches, but unfortunately the rest of the teams in his division are stacked. Now, the only thing, and I hate to say this, the only person that Kenny Pickett is going to be able to beat out, in my opinion, is going to be Lamar Jackson for the Ravens, simply just because the dude has not been able to stay healthy for 2 years in a row now. Week 12, that man's been out for the entirety of the season. That's literally the only thing. I don't know why you're shaking your head.
Hey, bruh, that's hotter than
a talking about Mr. Curls over there.
Hotter than those Krispy Kremes?
They're hotter than them Krispy Kremes.
Listen, it's a hypothetical situation.
It is very hypothetical. Listen, I understand what you're saying.
Lamar Jackson.
I agree with what you're saying. But let me ask Hayden, do you feel that Kenny Pickett is destined to be the worst quarterback in the AFC North? Who gave you those please don't go girl eyes? Look at them.
Please don't leave. No.
Don't leave me.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, if we expect Deshaun Watson to be at the level we're expecting him to be at this year, and if Lamar Jackson can stay healthy. But if one of those two things don't happen, he could become the third best QB, potentially the second best if both of those two things happen. So it depends on what happens this year. But as of right now, looking at it, he is the worst quarterback in the division. And that's a good thing if you think about it, because he is not a bad quarterback. I'll take him over quarterbacks like Kyler Murray in the league. Like, Kenny Pickett is a good QB. So, Fishing, I ain't going to do the Kenny Pickett slander. I see that comment over there. But it's just
I will say
hard.
Jordan Addison did make him his senior year in college. That is factual.
Who?
Jordan Addison, Kenny Pickett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is factual, and I will have no other arguments about it.
Yeah,
he was popular for two things: Jordan Addison and that fake slide.
That fake slide got everyone sold on. I'm like, bro, nah.
We're getting some hot takes tonight.
Bro,
the hot lights on. I got
the hot lights on, bro. We gotta have those things.
Can we hold up? Can we make our own ECG hot light, and every time it's on, that just means a hot take is here?
Yes.
Exactly. I approve of it.
Hold on. Can I get confirmation from the producer? Producer?
Yeah, producer. Can we get it? All right.
Thank you, producer.
We got the green light. We got the green light.
All right, Manny. Let me ask you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Again, let me just repeat. The landscape around in the AFC North, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and then you got my guy up there. Why am I forgetting the names right now? Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
With that tough division, again, probably the best quarterback division in the league. Could be argued with the AFC West. Maybe. But again, it's a very tough atmosphere. Do you think Kenny Pickett is destined to be the worst quarterback no matter what?
I think he will be, but I think by the end of the season, he probably could be third over Deshaun Watson. I think he could be over Deshaun Watson because I don't know. I feel like Watson will still be good this year. I think the team around him will be good, but I feel like Kenny Pickett's going to take another leap this year, in the right direction. I don't know why it's a voice crack, but I think he'll take a right direction, this year. And Lamar, I think Lamar.
I think we're having
I don't
some
know what just happened.
interruptions.
My thing is, yeah.
Get away from the Wawa Wi-Fi.
I was trying to
Get off the sheets.
Well, I was
gas
trying to
went back
say-
to normal prices.
I was trying to say Lamar is 2, and then Joe is 1. So if he could overtake Deshaun Watson, then he'll probably be 3. But outside of that, I just don't see how he's not either 3 or 4.
Ooh.
He's not going to 2. I mean, maybe, I don't know, because I'm not God. But we'll see. I don't know. Him over Joe Burrow just doesn't sound right. Him over Lamar, I can't trust.
Not yet. Not yet.
And him over Deshaun right now, I can't trust my heart on that right now. But maybe after this season, I feel like
people forgot how good Deshaun Watson was when he was.
Yeah, of course.
Let's not forget that this man was a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Well, I think he will. To be fair, but it's like
definitely
there's
will.
always
I
agree with
that
Deshaun
factor. There's
I-
just
I-
that factor.
I think Deshaun Watson will be, good this season. I feel like he should just be going in the tail end. I mean, he should just be going straight. He should still be going straight because, you can't just always look back at your past and expect it to be what you once were. And obviously,
I feel like you can say the same thing about Lamar Jackson then.
But Lamar
MVP season, what has he done since? He's 2 years in a row, week 12. The Grim Reapers come for him.
He's valuable to that roster. He's very valuable to that
Bruh.
roster. If Lamar
He
Jackson
ain't valuable once it hits week 12.
if
Week
Lamar
12
Jackson, hold up. If Lamar Jackson didn't play a single game last year, the Ravens would not have been in the playoffs. They would have probably been the last in that division.
Okay, if Deshaun Watson played a full
They
season,
probably
the Browns would
won
have been
2
off better.
games.
The Browns would
They
have been off
probably
better with
would've won
Deshaun
2
Watson.
games, bro. Come on, man.
I'm just
Get out.
saying the Browns will be in the playoffs over the Ravens this year, and people ain't ready for it.
Listen,
I'll say
if I could just
people-
say something in reference to this question, I'm not agreeing with any one of you. Kenny Pickett is destined to be the worst quarterback in his division. Lamar Jackson, top 5, great quarterback. Not going to be dethroned by him.
I think
Joe Burrow on a streak that no one has seen since Patrick Mahomes, not going anywhere. And we're talking about Deshaun Watson again. Nothing. I see no change. But let me say this though: just because he's the worst quarterback in the AFC North doesn't mean he's the worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be probably 15 to 20 guys that he'll be better than. Again, depending on if he has the season we project him to have that we all think he'll have. But with that being said, like I said, in reference to his division, yeah, he's going to be the worst. He's basically standing around some of the greats. When you talk about top 10 in the league, pretty much all their names are going to be said. So it's going to be very tough for him no matter what. There is no room for him to breathe. But again, like I said, that doesn't mean he's going to be the worst in the league. Just in his division, listen, he has no fight in that, and he has no fight.
the Steelers built a fence for him this year. They got Sayamalu and Broderick
The
Jones.
team itself might be good, but again, when we're talking about quarterback and quarterback play, I don't see Pickett ever coming up to that level right now, and it's going to be a while. These quarterbacks have to get longer in the tooth. They're going to have to, lose a step here and there for that to happen. And with all that being said, that even depends if he's still with Pittsburgh or if he's still in the league by then.
He had games last year though. Like look at the Ravens game, the game where he had that drive where they got the ball back and then Najee scored at the end. Like he showed flashes in that game of being a good quarterback, and he's displayed it he displayed it throughout like a couple games last year. Like I feel like this guy has like traits that like his toughness too. I think that's the number one thing that I love about him. He's just like he seems like he gets better as the season went last year, and I don't know. He shows like games, like the Ravens game I said, and other games of last year.
Jeff, to answer your question, I gotta go Gardner.
No, I'm gonna go Desmond Ritter.
I was about to say Ritter.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot Ritter was
Starting quarterback. It's unknown.
It's Ritter.
Starting.
Well, did they come on?
If Anthony Richardson is starting, then it's him.
Well,
I'm still going with Desmond.
Fun fact:
I'm going with Ritter.
I don't think we're the only ones who think Desmond Ritter's the worst quarterback because the Atlanta Falcons were trying to trade for Ryan Tannehill.
About to say.
Who are they? Yeah. Wait, hold up.
They were trying to trade for Ryan Tannehill in the offseason.
You are down tremendously if you're talking to the Titans. Like, listen, we need Ryan Tannehill right now.
Hold up.
Jimmy G is up there. I will say that, Megan. Jimmy G is up there.
Nah, he's not the worst.
Hold on, let me explain. What makes it worse is the fact that he's still injured, and his rehab is not coming along the way it should be.
Here's what we'll do.
Worse.
Here's what we'll do.
Yeah, Mac Jones is terrible.
Here's what we'll do.
Hang
on, children.
And saying he's the worst, I wouldn't say. There's still more potential than
ladies.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Ladies.
Jeff, we are going to save that comment. We're gonna pinpoint it. We're gonna make it a topic next week.
No disrespect to Mac Jones.
That is what we will do.
You just brought up Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Okay. At least
Manny, we're moving on. We're moving on, Manny.
Next week we'll talk about it. But yeah, real quick.
No disrespect.
Never mind. Okay, I was gonna say. So even Jeff said, Tony said it's gonna be Watson and Megan. What I was asking you to explain is the Lamar over Deshaun any day. I'm gonna need you to explain that. Hayden, calm thyself.
He's not wrong though. He's not wrong.
Fishing, you want to go? You want to go fishing? Let's go.
So the question is, Lamar over Deshaun any day. That's what was said. That's a statement.
I'm gonna need you to explain that.
Explain yourself, Megan.
I need you to explain yourself. Anyways, right? Exactly.
Megan, go look at Deshaun's 2020 season and then come back.
Man carried that whole team, even though they only won 4 games. That man still carried. Anyways, but yeah, that's that was your usual three things. Take
the personal feelings aside, Megan.
Right.
Field.